I cannot believe it is only Sunday morning. What a crazy weekend. It is my pre-gaming birthday weekend. I'm kind of whispering because it's early in the morning. I'm going to show you my garden, and then I'm going to tell you about Eeyore's birthday yesterday when I mildly got in trouble. And I also went topless, which was so affirming. I felt great. So there might be photos of me out there topless. The girls look great. I can't show you on YouTube, but you know, if you look up hashtags and stuff, maybe you'll find it. There was maybe like completely topless, assigned female at birth, presenting people that I saw, maybe like 3 or 4. There was a lot of people that were topless that had their chests painted. That was a common sight. So that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna show you my garden. I didn't plant any of this stuff, by the way. This was my partner and my children. Basil. Basil. It's a pretty name too, by the way, Basil. That's such a pretty name. Peppers. Those are more peppers. Hello, bug. Peppers. Peppers. It rained. Isn't that cute? So, yeah, like I said, there was a few people that had their chests painted. I took my shirt off once I realized my children were not going to be going. And that nobody, like my partner's kids weren't going, and I was like, fine, screw it. This is my relaxation place, and the rooster's here. Oh, I've got to go rebuild my chicken coop this weekend. I got to do that today. It's going to be a busy day. This is a peach tree. It's just a baby. The jasmine's starting to come back in. I'll show you the big garden. I didn't look at that. It's irrigation. These are sweet potatoes. Okay. So I had been doing this thing where I had, oh, look at the puppies. I don't know what this is. That's cool. I put together like a kit that I could travel with, where I can like take my art with me and go paint somewhere and be inspired and paint, and at the same time I can sell some of my old artwork. I've been putting this together for a while. So I've done it twice now. I pack everything up, my camelback, put on my hiking boots, and I just go trot out into the woods. And often people will like be on these trails and you'll pass them. And I thought, like, what a great opportunity for people to just like see what has inspired me and see some artwork based on the things that have inspired me. Ta-da, what a great idea. I'll show you my kit, because here's the thing, is I took it with me to Eeyore's birthday. And I get it, like, you're not supposed to just be selling stuff, right? Only the vendors get to sell stuff. That's fine, I got it. I went out into the woods, and I got there like super early, and they had like really strong security. It was young, very young men. Starbucks, please. I know. He was not yelling before I came in here. They were walking, there were so many of them that every 1 minute that there was at least one of them walking by. A lot of people doing the typical Austin thing, like they don't care if they're like smoking things, and basically just mostly minding your own business is the answer. And the thing was, like, I thought that because my little setup was so small and it was just like way off of a path that they wouldn't have cared. But man, they really got onto me. Fine, I took it down, I went and put it in the car and enjoyed the rest of my time. But because this happened, I did not get to show my art to anybody. I got there very early. And this is what you're looking at, like exactly what I had. It's this and this. That's fine. So I can pack this up and take it with me like whenever I want to go paint out in the woods and stuff. And it's like full of art supplies for me to work on art. I had a big bag with me to cover this up in case it rained while I was out there. A book to read because I was planning on just relaxing and reading. I brought stuff for people to be able to make some art and tape. That's why I taped up the front of this, is because I wanted people to be able to do their own art on it. I thought that would be a lot of fun. So I did bring like some art supplies with me. And I'm gonna show you the art that I did, because I didn't get to really show anybody while I was there, so I might as well show my 5,000 followers and or subscribers, and that would be fun for me. These behind me are actually two that I did. Both are self-portraits. Okay, hang on. Hey honey, do you have the door open? Open the door. Is that more fun? Sorry about that. Yeah, doesn't like whenever I am, if you're new here, he does not like whenever I am doing my YouTube voice, which is, I also don't, but he knows the difference and he gets really angry at me. He's like, don't do that. Fine. The thing is, I don't talk a lot. Okay, the art. I'm just gonna go through these. I made these bookmarks. This is like stuff that you can get from me in person. It's all original stuff. You can get prints of this stuff on my website, which is austinwatercolorartist.com. I'm gonna put that in the description, but bookmarks, which are just like one big painting, and then it's like numbered and then cut up into these strips. So each one is numbered on the back. Like, I wanna say this is like 28 from this painting. It was like 28 bookmarks came from it. I thought that was cool. My little bitty art. Ooh, I should get the, it's all in plastic because watercolor paper is extremely absorbent of oils or your own fingerprints and stuff. So I keep this in here so they could be handled like this. And it does make it a little bit shiny, but you can still like in person really appreciate it, or again, just go to my website because then like you can see the actual painting on there. This is Yellowstone. Oh, this is a one from a long time ago. I should probably actually sign this one. I don't think I have. This was back when I was living in the apartments here in Austin. And there's actually an underlaid painting underneath this that I didn't really care for. This is Navi. And there's a little secret message on the back of Navi. This is just a little fairy waterfall that I was trying. I think I have smaller. Oh, no, not smaller. This is like the slightly larger stuff. But there is some more smaller. So this was a dress that I got from a thrift shop here in Austin, and the fabric was so wonderful. I really loved it, but the dress was way too tiny for me. And I knew that I would never fit into this dress. It wasn't like I bought it because I wanted to wear it. I bought it because it was beautiful, and it was like $6. So I hung it on my wall, and it was just an art piece on my wall for like a couple of years. And I realized I'll never like meet anybody that this will fit unless I knew like a 12-year-old girl. It was very tiny. And so I knew I had to get rid of it, and then one night I just sat there and painted this, and then shortly after this I got rid of the dress, and I think it served its purpose. I now have this beautiful painting of this beautiful dress. This was whenever I first started painting. My inspiration, really, a lot of it comes from Brian Froud, or Fraud, the fairy painter, and he did a book called Lady Cottingham's Pressed Fairy Book. And I grew up with this book. very, very dear to me. I'm not gonna open it up and show you the art because I don't wanna get like docked for that or anything. But a lot of my inspiration comes from his artwork. You can look him up. This is a wonderful story. I love this story so much. It's like a huge integral part of who I am. So when I first started painting, I only worked in black and white, and that was because I wanted to really like get to know what I was doing. This was also not actually watercolor, even though this is like Arches paper. This is just watered down acrylic paint. I didn't actually own any good watercolors at this time. So anyhow, this is my attempt at doing a pressed fairy, and I quite like that I was doing this. Like this is really precious to me because at some point I want to be doing work that's like similar to the coloration of Brian's work. You can really see that coloration here. I love the colors that he uses. So again, like I said, I was working in black and white in the beginning, and you can see that I am still doing my fairies. This is, a lot of people love this fairy so much. I love the little feet so much. This was based off of a little statue that I saw. And I will say like this part of it was this little statue. It's some famous piece of artwork from a long time ago, but I like the way the leaves turned out as well in this. And I think a lot of my style is still very like drippy and dotty in the background. I do want to say that the rest of this is like technically just be consenting to what you are going to be seeing. I'm just saying right now, like don't continue to watch if this was somehow appalling to you. Do not continue to watch. Okay, here we go. This is the Covenant, and it's got gold, as you can see how much fun and shiny. And I just say that like one of these is me. And I like really using this kind of honeycomb pattern and stuff. So this is some more of my recent stuff. This was in 2021. So you'll see that like in 2021 and 2022, I had been using the honeycomb stuff a lot more. Hence the Covenant thing, like as in like a hive, like a group. I'm feeling anxious. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Just get rid of it. You know, thanks for sticking around this long so far. Thanks for sticking around so far. Oh, I'll show you the one that I just finished, and this one's not on my website yet. Oh, bonus reveal. I have just waxed it. Let me take off this. This is how I hang it. This is so cool in person because if you take a magnifying glass, you can see like a little man on this island here underneath the tree, and he's got a little fire, and then there's writing on this sign. There's a little Loch Ness dragon. And then here's the water at the bottom. And this is a photograph of a place I was in Spain. It was off the coast of Ibiza. And I liked the photo quite a bit. I like the way this turned out. So I'm going to be working on a companion photo for that one, and I'm going to put that one on my website after the companion painting is done. I have one more that goes with that one. This one was in 2019, and this was like the first time I did an octopus, and I freaking love the way it turned out. Like, I didn't like this whenever I did it. I totally love the way this turned out. Like, sometimes you do something, you're like, I don't like that, and then you put it away for like a year and go and look at it, and you're like, what? That's cool. It's cool. Another anxiety sip. This is more recent. This is 2022. So I am working a lot with these colors, like these right now. Working with like these blues and these greens, which you saw a lot of that in that last painting I just showed you. Still incorporating some of the honeycomb stuff. And then working on water a lot, as well as background landscaping and sunsets. And I'm also doing like a lot of micro painting and stuff, so you can really get in and see the detail. I mean, I don't have to put myself in there, this is a small one. This one was really focused on the eyes and using black and white. The only color that I used on this one, and again, this one you can see it's 2019, it was a while back. This is when I was still just using black and white, and this was kind of my first steps into using color, is whenever I put color only in the eyes. So in person you can clearly see that the color in the eye is the only color on it, and it's really strong in the eye. So that's what I wanted to stand out. The rest of this is maybe some fan art. Oh no, there's another octopus. This is more recent. There's a little heart bubble. I don't remember why I did this. Oh, I had stopped watercoloring for like a year, and this was me getting right back into it, and I went like full colors. I was like, use all the colors. This was me doing some fan art stuff for my own wall. And then this was the first one that I did of this little series that I did of Zelda stuff. This is a really cool one. But still doing like a lot of the splatter and smudge stuff, like on this one. This was also me getting right back into the painting. This was actually just not on the best paper. I do still really like the way that it turned out, but the paper is so difficult to work with, and that's why like having the proper paper while you're watercoloring is so important. Like I would say probably be even more important than the paint itself is the paper that you put it on, because this, I just want to show you, for example, I do like this painting a lot. I want to show you, this is bad paper and a lot of work to try to get it to work. And I'm going to show you some good paper, and then like I didn't work very hard to get it to do what I wanted it to do. Like, hold on. I want to be honest here, right? But like also at the same time, well, maybe I could show you like earlier work, because that would be fair. Okay, well then like this was just, I mean, this is 2019, so it was when I first started doing the watercoloring. This isn't even watercolor paint, but this is really, really great paper. This is watercolor paint on just crap watercolor paper, like it's watercolor paper. It's not that great, but it makes it very, very difficult to work with. Starbucks, love. Okay. This is also not great paper. And this took a lot. I actually used kind of some mixed media in this one. But this is not very good watercolor paper either. And it is very difficult to work with crappy paper. So this is me going to get better paper. I was getting really fed up with that paper, so I'm just like, I'm gonna go get some different paper. This was inspired by a lot of different things. There's a little tiny painting there. Those are marbles. You guys saw me kind of working on this one a little bit. This was really nice paper. This was like my first just going at it painting. This is my eye. And this was 2019, so it was a while back. This took no time at all. I think this was like the fastest painting I've ever done. Anyway. We're in Texas, it's cactus. Oh, I love this. This is one of my personal favorites, and it is priced as such. This is really bad paper. Just want you to know, this was one of the absolute first paintings that I did, and I love it so much. If you don't know what you're looking at, just keep looking, or like leave a comment on what you think that it is, because it's probably not what you think it is. Only one person has ever actually guessed correctly as to what it actually is, and they were probably one of the most open-minded people that I know. So it's not what you think it is, but it is something else, and it's amazing. I love this one so much. let's get the other ones. These are the big ones. So this is the other Zelda one I was telling you about. This is the last one. And it's more like constricted and serious, but it is a lot of fun because I love the detail on the sword. And then rocks. This was like kind of my first little introduction to doing rocks and trying not to be like so loose with the edges of my colors. Because like, you know me, I like being really loose with the edges of my colors. I don't necessarily really like to have to fill in all of this, but I am going to be trying more to be doing that. As you can see from this one, I am still trying to incorporate a lot of those things that are so important to me, like filling out the entire paper. And this is not very good quality paper either, by the way. This is bad quality paper. This is one that I'm very proud of though. So like, this is one of my favorite paintings, even though this is like not great quality watercolor paper. This is still, I put so much work into this. Big, good quality watercolor paper is very expensive. It's like $30 to like $50 or $60 a sheet. But I really love this one. This one was in 2021. Was it really? Was it that long ago? Maybe like December. I love this one so much. This is also a self-portrait. I am very proud of this one. This is 22 Butters, seasons 1 through 22, and it's a tribute to him. You can get a closer look at this one on my website too. This right here was from the episode where Butters was graffitiing in chalk his name on the wall, and not a lot of people know that Butters, this was kind of Butters' first introduction to kind of his personality, where he was graffitiing his name on the wall, but in chalk. I love Butters so much. So that one took me actually 22 hours to complete total. And like I said, there's 22 different Butters. This one was so much fun. This is some fan art. I really like this one a lot. Okay, thanks for sticking around and listening because, like I said, I didn't get to show this at Eeyore's birthday, which is, I guess, fine. Austin just isn't the same anymore. And anyway, I'll be like taking this kit with me on hiking trails and stuff so that I can be doing art and then also just have this sitting here. If people want to purchase it, it will be on me. You can follow my TikTok or my Instagram, and I kind of post up like where I'll be hiking and what I'll be doing and festivals and events and stuff like that that are going around town that I might be at. Sometimes I don't go, sometimes I'm freaking tired. So, all right. Go heat up my coffee again, bye.